What's up, guys? Welcome back to Breakout Trading. It is July 31st, last day of the month, a Friday, and we are finishing the month green. First time ever. Been trading for now, this is my 4th month, and this is the only month I've ever had in the net positive overall on the month. It's only $10, but I don't care. That is a great milestone. First ever little glimpse of overall profitability over a consistent period of time. You know, trading every single day this month, the whole month, and so that means I'm basically a break-even trader. Yeah, so I'm pretty happy with that. So ending the day up here, 613. We traded. We'll lower this down. Right on. Yeah, we traded FLDM, some scalps on that. Mark was a bit of a break-even stop out. I'll go over that one. SONN, that one was decent, and SRNE was a loss on a half-decent setup. So I'll go over those setups and what they entail. So first setup here was on SRNE. Now I like taking these screenshots and then going over them because I just write down my sort of ideas on it, and it's a little easier to isolate the setup and then talk about it. So right now, this is what I was looking at when I entered on SRNE, and I like being able to draw with this little thing. So SRNE here, we went ahead and got long right here at about 1020 because this thing started to look like it wanted to pop. Pulled back once to VWAP and then opened up, and after this opened up here, I set my stop loss right below VWAP, and I was expecting this thing to continue up and test at least this high of day. And there's a huge daily level here at 1065, and if it got above that, it would have really opened up. So I'll show you that on DAS in a minute, but over 1065 it would have ripped. Unfortunately, you can see here that this setup ended up failing, so I stopped out right here. That was my entry. It broke below VWAP. There was no volume here, no volume and no follow through. Stopped out below VWAP. Yeah, the float on the stock was 161 million, so it really needed a lot of volume to push up here, but it didn't get any, so that's probably why I got stopped out, or that's probably why the thing failed. And then you can see it had one more sort of attempt here and then failed again, so good thing we didn't get sucked in right here. Second trade of the day was on SONN. This was one of the leading gappers, so it had a nice run up here in the morning, found a top there at 789, and this is not really one of the setups I trade, so I don't know if I want to make this a habit because I really am, yeah, the trend really is your friend, so whenever you're trading counter-trended, you're always at a slight disadvantage. So you can see it found some sort of support here at the 38.2, and then as it drifted down towards the 50% retracement level, I took a small long there. I think I only went 10 shares. And I did think about adding here when it broke below, but I don't really like the thought of adding to losers. That seems like a bad idea. Yeah, anywhere here. Turned out to be a really good setup. It bounced right off that 50%. I sold right away. Didn't really, you know, because I know I'm trading counter trend. The trend is down, right? You don't want to be holding for like this huge move up, so just sold it right away there. What did I make on that? So and yeah, just making like 420 there. Not a bad little scalp. And yeah, that's pretty much it. It ripped up a bit more, but then flushed right down, all the way back down on that one candle, and then continued its original trend. You can also see that the volume wasn't anything crazy when we popped up here. Pretty nominal volume. And then we had Mark, this trade. So this one had a really nice run up, had a high up here at 189, and then pulled back. And I decided to hop in here when it found the SR flip. You can kind of see how it had resistance once here, twice, 3 times, and then the big breakout. And then it came down, tested that as support, and then I got back in once it reclaimed VWAP. So this is a VWAP reclaimed setup. I didn't get in right away on the SR flip because it was below VWAP, but as soon as it was back above it, I thought that there'd be a pretty good chance for continuation. However, once we got above VWAP, here, there was really not enough volume. Nothing as big as this here. and we ended up actually making, it's better in this one, we actually ended up making a double top here. So this one came up here to 177, this 3-minute candle. We pulled back, tried to break higher. It couldn't get back above 177, and then I sold right when I saw weakness for pretty much a break-even trade there on mark. So yeah, sold at break-even right there, and you can see that that turned out to be a pretty good decision. And this thing just was dead on volume for the rest. FLDM, this is the last trade we did today. I did 3 washout longs here. There was lots of bid support and volume on the front side, as well as there was a little bit as we drifted backside. So this thing really started to open up here. I had my first entry right here at around 680. Sold on the pop, and then this thing just started ripping, and obviously I wish I held longer, but how was I supposed to know this thing was going to start ripping on really good volume too? We found a bit of a top here, pulled back. I got a little scalp in right there. Bought low, sold on the pump, and then I waited patiently for it to come back to view up, and then had one more little scalp trade there to finish off. So that one was pretty nice. That netted us the bulk for the day there, 722. Mark was that break-even one, and SRNE was our first trade that was a loser. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I guess we can go over some of these. So let's start off on SRNE. So you can see now how much it's really pulling back. Here's our trades here. Yeah, so I exited here. This thing's just totally selling off now. It's actually coming up on yesterday's high, so that could even be a potential place for a bounce. SONN. Yeah, once again, this was the 50% bounce. Really nice because this thing just continued its trend, like I said, downwards. Mark, another good sell here. Break even as soon as this thing made the double top, and you can see it totally sold off. And FLDM. Once again, all 3 of these were great trades. Didn't get sucked into the backside at all, and this thing now looks like it's sort of starting to fade into the day. So that's going to be it, guys. End of the month. I'll do a monthly recap sometime this weekend. I want to wait till all my broker statements are like ready to go, and I can input them all into TraderView, and I'll take a look at this month, best month ever. We're starting to dial in our setup, starting to dial in our execution, and just being overall consistent. So next month, I'm definitely going to up my share size too. Now that I've proven that I'm at least break even. So that's it for today, guys. Adios.